relationships could be, it's the way you approach relationships that is part of your game, okay? Because here's me, right? I walk right up to you, hey, how you doing? I'm all in your space. You know, I'm not like a finesse player when it comes to relationships. You know, I'm practically sitting in your lap. I can't help it. I'm so enthusiastic, it's my thing, I love it. And for some people that's not good, but that is my game. And how many times do you think I've felt when I've built relationships with someone where they say, oh Liz, she's just too much. She just shares too much. She just wants too much. And the ones that feel super tired after I've spent an hour with them, like, this isn't going to work out for us, is it? So what did I do? Did I say, well, I guess we need to move along because this isn't going to work out? What do you think I did? I kept trying, and sometimes I try to change it, and that's not really me to do that. I just love everyone, so what I say is, well, because I love you, let me try to be a little less me. You know, I'll try to just tone it down a little. I'll try not to ask so many questions. I'll try not to give you too much advice. How long does that last? My gosh, it's like trying to drive a Lamborghini 25 miles an hour. It just doesn't work. You know, like I can't go that slow. So it would be better for me to do what?
Be yourself.
Just be myself and find people that need that feel like it's really great and energizing to be around. But maybe you're not, you know, so I'm like a risk. I'm like a, you know, I like adrenaline, okay? This one's one of my favorite pictures. Woo! Right? You know, my mother's not like that at all. I mean, she's very bird in the hand, so poor thing. I don't know what God was thinking, putting the two of us together. Because she's always like this around me. Well, Liz, be careful. But she's a chess kind of person. Mom, what do you think? Well, should we do this? What do you, oh, I need time to process, honey. Let me call you back. Sometimes days later, I'm like, how much processing does anyone need? You know, you need to have like that faster CPU thing. That's what I want to put in her. Like, but that's who she is. And how great is it for me to understand her? Now I'm not taking it personally. It's not about me, is it? How many times have you felt, because you didn't understand that person's game and value that game, and you try to put them in the wrong situation, that they're not being nice to you? You know, you take it personally. Well, Mom, I guess you don't really want to go on a trip with me. You have to process it. And she's saying, no, just a minute, I just need a second. What about a person who likes to gamble? They like to take a risk. Do you know people who like to take risks? My husband is a chess player. I am not a chess player. I can't even understand. I can do checkers. I can't think that far ahead. I like to gamble. I like to take risks. I was in heaven in those 4 months that it took for me to change my life. What do you think he was doing? Not sleeping. He was counting the pennies as they went down, thinking, I love her and I want to help her, but I don't know. I play the chess of this and it just doesn't seem like it's going to work out. Poor thing. And I'm like rolling the dice. Come on, this is going to work. Ah, I made it. Oh, that can't work, honey. You can't roll the dice that many times and work. And when I understand that he doesn't like that, what can I do? I can explain things to him in advance that I'm actually not rolling the dice. I'm thinking it through. I'm just not afraid to try. But if it didn't work, I had a timeline. If it didn't work, I was going to stop. I had to generate a certain amount of money a month so that it would buy me more time to stay in what I was doing, or I was going to go back and find another job. And once he knew that, he felt better. Now 2 people are playing their game. One person doesn't feel like, you know, like I'm not making him feel like, well, God, aren't you just a boring old stick in the mud? I'm going to go have fun. I'll see you later. You know, and he's not going, I married a wild woman. She's insane. And what about I'm just giving you a few examples because I want you to start, you know who you are. You know, I don't need to tell you. These are just a few examples of some things. And you have nuances beyond what I could possibly imagine. Because there are times I actually like quiet. It doesn't last a super long time, but it's true. Even my own voice, I don't want to hear. But if maybe you're like the loner. You know, you just like to go out there and howl at the moon. You don't want anyone to hear you. The point is that you're by yourself. How many people are like that? They just need a little bit of alone time. And if you don't get that alone time, you become crazy. Isn't that funny? If you don't get a chance to gamble when you're a gambler, you become crazy. What happens when I'm a gambler and I can't gamble? I suddenly do insano things, just out of nowhere, because I just have to get it out.